Great. So now that audio is clear, I get some of the messages on the screen. So let's start the very important topic, importance of summer internship. And this is the webinar for engineering students studying in first year to fourth year. Okay, so it's for everyone, and we are going to cover the aspect of summer internship for first year rights, second year rights, third year rights, and fourth year rights. So everybody, just let's get started with it. And the very first thing which we are going to cover is the journey. And this is the journey from college to industry. We all are in a phase of transition and studying in college to join industry, right? And there are two entities, first the college and the industry. And in processes, in the entire process of engineering, we want to, come from college to industry. And in this process, we are following some of the very important steps. And in that, the very first one is to learn engineering, followed by practicing the learnings in field. This is done in practicals of the courses, and as well as through different projects which we are doing, right? And the very third and very important part of this whole activity is through creating impact. So the bridge from college to industry is ensured through three important elements: learning the art of engineering, practicing it, and then using it, after practicing, seeing the impact which it is creating. Okay, and through this we are changing our state from being a consumer to becoming creator, right? Through creating. So after creating, practicing engineering, we are creating things and coming from the consumer background to the creator domain. Now moving further, the idea is we are the first phase of creation which we are doing in linkage of industry is through internship, right? Just give me a moment. I'm still getting messages that some of the people are not able to get the audio properly, so I'll just fix it. Just give me a moment. Okay, guys, now it's a bit better. So we are going to focus again on becoming creator, and the very first time we are getting this opportunity when we are doing internship. And so very important part we are going to discuss here is the three W's, okay? And three W's about internship. That is, what is internship, why internship, and where to do internship. These are the three important W which we are going to cover in this webinar. Welcome all. My name is Ritesh Singh, and I'm going to take this the entire webinar for you, and the entire journey of importance of summer internship especially. I did my schooling from a small city of Bihar called Chapra, and after that I completed my graduation from IIT Delhi in 2012. Then the very interesting part of the entire undergraduation period is I've started a non-profitable organization in my third year of engineering, which has given a great exposure towards bridging the gap between the institutional projects and then its implementation in field. I'll talk more about this in upcoming slides and with the progress of webinar. After my engineering, I joined Bosch. I worked there for 2 years. I cracked 2 patents, 4 innovation reports there, and then I've started research on Indian education system, which is very close to my heart right from the beginning of my days in IIT. So I decided in 2014 to do research on Indian education system. That went for 1 year, and then after with Akshat, my close friend of the college. We both started Eckovation, and which has now pan India reach, and there are 7 lakh plus learners are studying from the platform, and there are 5,000 plus educators who are running different learning groups on the platform. The best part of this journey is it has expanded globally. We are getting learners all across globe now onwards, and we won 16 awards in less than 3 years of time, and there are 78 good news articles covered in media. So let's focus on today's topic, which is what is internship. Okay, and in this period, I mean, the very standard definition of internships involve uh, training of students in organization to gain experience and get satisfying requirements for qualification. So it gives an exposure to you in an organization. So first time this gives an opportunity to college students to get into organization, learn things of implementation, learn the idea of how to work in a team, how a project can go from project from the office to field, and how it creates impact, right? So the very formal definition of internship is the position of a student or trainee who works in an organization, sometimes without pay, in order to gain work experience or satisfy requirements for a qualification. Now, the very important part which we have to understand, that this internship is not always technical, and the very important objective of this is to give work experience to you and to all the people who are there in college. We are in continuous touch with students, and this is a very bit unfortunate part of Indian education system, that very high percentage, almost 75 to 80% engineering students till their third year of engineering are not exposed to the organizations. They have not done any internship till their third year of engineering. That means they have missed a huge opportunity there, right? They got a good period of time in between where they should have involved themselves with different organizations to get experience. Talking about my journey of engineering, I did internship in each and every break which I got, even after my semesters. And at the end of, while I was appearing for job interview, I had 6 internship on my name, where I did different non-technical and technical jobs. So this is very important to realize that while studying, it's important to see how organizations are working which are dealing in those technology. And this will not just give work experience, that will also help us understanding what is going on around technology, and that will help us in building our interest. Okay, so that's why internship has its very important role to play while we are studying in engineering. Okay, moving further, let's see the gaps which we are getting while doing the engineering education. So a very standard practice almost in all the colleges, between odd semester and even semester, we get a break of almost 3 to 4 weeks, right? And in even semester and odd semester, that is, so 3 to 4 weeks in winter period time, that mostly that goes in December and January. Whereas in even semester, odd semester, in between even semester and odd semester, we get a very good 6 to 10 weeks of break, which is almost 1.5 months to 2.5 months break, depending on the different colleges. So IITs and NITs are mostly following this routine of giving 2.5 month break to students And the basic objective of this is, to allow students to do internships. And this specific period after even semester and odd semester, this is considered as a summer internship program. Almost all the companies existing in India or in foreign, they are offering internships to students. And you know why? Because it creates a win-win situation for all the stakeholders. In this webinar, we are going to focus only on summer internship program. And why so is because this is the correct period, the time, the first week of Feb to second and third week of Feb. This is the ideal time to build ourselves for summer internship program. This is a crucial period for us to get prepared for this, start acting for summer internship program, to build our profile, to get exposure, and to get an opportunity to learn things which are happening in industries, right? So this whole program, this whole webinar will be focused on summer internship program, which generally happens after even semester and before odd semester, the break which we get after even semester. So let's get into summer internships. So this is 6 to 10 weeks of time. Three processes happens: learning, doing, and creating impact. So how this happens, once if you will join the organization, they'll first give you the orientation, what they are doing. Based on your interest, you will get project. You will start doing the project, and if you will show your interest in the program or in the project, most of the organization will also help you realizing the impact which you have created from your work. So especially in Eckovation, we give this opportunity to almost all the interns, that the work which they are doing, that will always be related to the people who are using that work. So we always convey this message to the individuals, that what impact they have created. If they have enhanced the learning outcome of individuals, we are reporting that to them. If you have enhanced the experience of the platform, that also been reported to them. So this way, most of the organization is helping you in realizing the impact which you have created in 2.5 months should be well conveyed to you. Okay, and this gives a win-win situation for all the stakeholders. So you are learning things for yourself, you are then practicing it in team, within organization, and then the impact which you are creating, this gives a satisfaction to you at a personal level, and profit, or let's say a major presence to organizations also. So this way it gives a win-win situation for all the stakeholders, and this is the reason why most of the organizations out there are offering summer internships. Now the biggest question is how to crack this, okay, and how to discover best internship opportunity for ourselves. So before going into how to crack, let's see why summer internship, why to do this. There are, a very convenient and comfortable option is, sitting idle in your hometown and enjoying with your friends. But point is, the time which is given for 2.5 months, here you can do a lot of things than sitting idle. So the very first, and which we have discussed a lot till this time, is summer internship gives real life experience and exposure, right? What things which will happen after your engineering, after your completion of your engineering studies, this gives you a real experience within that period itself. So let's so this is one of the very important part of summer internships, of getting exposure, and that is the reason why in the most job interviews, almost 40% priority. So if you will take it, if you'll study in depth what is actually asked in job interviews, 40% of the recruiters are giving weightages to internships which you have done. They want to feel what's your opinion on the work which you have done it with the organization, the real life experience you got during your engineering period. So that's why getting a real life experience and exposure is one major advantage of doing summer internship. The very second and very important part, while doing just theoretical studies, sometimes, so this is one of the peculiar case which has happened with one of my friend. So he was not very good in scoring CGPA in college. So it was just a 6.8 CGPA, individual, and then till second year he didn't crack any technical internship. But in the summer break of second year, he being being a mechanical engineering, he did some of the open courses of computer science, and then in the mid break of second year, after the completion of second year, he joined a technical company, without any stipend, because he wanted to discover his learning, whether it is applicable in organization or not. He joined a company which was there in Bangalore. He went there all the way from Delhi, and then for 2.5 months, whatever he learned in the open source, also open learning domain, so which was not into the curriculum, he chose to do the courses from different sources, and he did that course. He went to the organization, he implemented some of the things, and then he got the confidence, that things which was even suppressed, which was not his core competency as a mechanical engineer, he started coding there. He created impact. So sometimes these internships gives you realization. Sometimes it helps you in understanding your interest. So learn more about yourself. If you will be engaged with this industry, you will learn more about yourself, where your interest lies, what kind of an impact you can create. All those things will be realized once if you will be engaged with a good team, good organization, and a good project. So this is one of the very important area which summer internship or any kind of an internships covers. And the very third and very important part, the very first time you will be in a network of professionals, people who will be having 2, 3, 5, 10 years of experience in job, will be around you, will be helping you, will be mentoring you for a continuous period of 2 or 2.5 months. And this will absolutely create a delight for you, because things which was there in the book, now you will be bringing that in front of the people. And best part is, so as we all know that technology is just one recipe of the entire meal. And once if you will be there in the network of professionals, you will actually realize it also, because in an organization you will not always find technical people working there. You'll be having people who are coming from marketing side, people who are coming from sales side, people who are ensuring, who are understanding market and then giving idea to you. So then you will see the entire menu of the recipe, and the entire meal, and then you will find yourself where you stand, and then you will get this professional network build, which will help you realizing how things progress in life. So build your professional network, and to build, so why summer internship? Also to build your professional network, right? Moving further, very important part is it prevents your CV from going to the trash. Please focus on this, because presently India, especially graduates of engineering colleges, are facing this issue and concern a lot. At the end of the, or say after 7th semester, while they are appearing in job interview, they are having resumes where there is no significant work, field work, they have shown in their resume. That lots of resume even we are facing when we are getting, while people are applying to the different openings of Eckovation, or when I was there in Bosch, I recruited almost more than 1,000 engineers, and there also lots and lots of time we received resume where there was nothing written in that. All the generic things like the courses which they have done, the different workshops they have attended, but nothing significant, nothing impactful was there in the resume. Still it is the case. That is the reason why people are saying, or even different news articles are saying, that only 15% engineers who are coming out of engineering colleges are employable. And this is one of the very deep-rooted problem of the engineering studies, that we are not focusing on practical implementation of what we are learning in our semesters. And this is the reason why summer internships help you to prevent your CV from going to trash. And the best part is, if you will do this, you will be having a very high weightage things to write in your CV, to share your learnings, to share the impact which you have created. So that's why it's very important part, a point of why to do summer internship, and that's why I've specially highlighted this in using the different color. Now moving ahead, a very important, and this is nowadays happening a lot with immersion, with the different number of startups which are coming in. They always prefer this. Once if you are doing internship within startup or different companies also, they prefer hiring you if you will do good in the internship. So it helps in cracking full-time positions also. And the term which used here is the term people generally use it here as PP, or pre-placement offer. So pre-placement offer is the general term which is used here, and this is offered in different organizations. Most of the organizations are using this. And this is typically happening in startup domain, because if you will show that you are having a power of creating impact, they'll definitely hire you. So cracking full-time position is one of the very important part of internships also. Moving ahead, the very important, a very third part of third W is where to do the internship. That is something which is important to address, and there are two important criteria of this. And the very first criteria is your interest. So let's say if I'm in a first year, so when I was in first year of engineering, I didn't have much exposure towards technology. It was a very generic subject which I did it in engineering. So I decided to join NGO and to see what different organizations are, those organizations are doing to ensure the impact of technology. Similarly, so I joined Hazard Center. This was one of the technology, and I learned basic design work, so SolidWorks and basic design tools of mechanical engineering I learned, and I joined the organization. Doing this basic course, it helped me in doing simulations. I joined Hazard Centers. They were working on some of the products. I get involved in the team. Even though I did very less part of the technical work, more on-field implementation of technology, convincing people to use technology for their good health, that was also very important. That has given a very important exposure to me. First time I was seeing that my team has created a product, and that product was used on field. So that was my first interest, which I explored in my first year of engineering. In second year of engineering, I had this good exposure of control system, and as well as coding, and I did most of the mechanical courses. So I went to thermal power plant to do my internship there, summer internship of 2.5 months. I went there. I worked with some of the great engineers of India who are having almost 15, 20 years of experience. So the entire mechanism of thermal power plant I realized, and then I saw. So one of the exposure it has given to me was, initially I thought, just mechanical engineer can being just a mechanical engineer will be sufficient for me. And then when I went there, I saw people who are coming from electrical side was doing mechanical engineering tasks. People who went from mechanical engineering side was doing electrical engineering side, and then the project manager under whom I did my internship, they all told me that you have to be a jack of all, and it's just not so if you just want to become expert in your domain, most of the time industry will not accept you. So the flexibility has to be maintained. Explore your interest. Based on your interest, choose the company, go inside the company, realize how it works, and this will help you further customizing your interest, customizing some of the elective courses which you will do it in future. And further, while sitting in job interview, you'll be having a lot of things to share, and this sharing these things will convince good companies to hire you. Okay, so that's what. So very first criteria is, based on your interest, choose company, okay, where you want to do internship. Okay, same thing happened in winter. I joined JCB also, in which is a heavy vehicle company, and in that I got an opportunity of making the entire JCB. So these kind of so showing the interest, I got my projects there. So the first phase is of internship is, once you will join the company, they always ask for your interest. If you will show some great interest in some of this specific area, you will get project in that domain, and then you will be getting a great acknowledgement from the company. So where to do an internship? The very first part is interest. Based on your interest, discover companies. If you are in first year, if you have done good courses from outside your colleges or platforms like Eckovation, you will get a chance of doing internships in that core competency area. If you want non-technical intern, again there are different opportunities available there. You should involve yourself in in different companies to at least see the processes. Then the very second important criteria, what company looks in you. So based on our interest, we choose, let's say we have decided in which of the companies we want to go. So let's say based on interest, I have filtered, say, 45, 50 companies. Now what they will see in us before hiring, that's the competency. What competency we have. So let's say I had decided that I want to go to Hazard Center, and I applied in some of the specific role which was already there in my profile, and based on that they hired me, right? So competency is one very important area where you have to build that in yourself. And that is the reason why we are talking about summer internship in February. That, let's say, if your interest is there in one particular area, but your competency is not there, there's a time when you can build those competency in yourself, and then can go for the internship positions. So it is one element which company wants to see it in your profile, in your resume. And if you will convincingly, if you will convey this point to the company, they'll definitely hire you, because they are so I don't know if you all are aware of, there are different companies who are struggling to find quality students to do the internships. And if you will strike the hammer at right point, right position, I'm definitely sure that you will grab great internships, not just unpaid internship but paid internships also. There are internships which is going from unpaid to even 60, 70,000 rupees per month internships also. The only thing is, if you will build the competency, companies are ready to pay you back. Companies are ready to accept you as an intern. Okay, so please keep in mind these two important criteria, and let's see the another important part of it. That let's say if we have decided, if we have convinced what is internship, what internship is, why to do internship, and where to do internship, the very fourth and very important question comes into the picture is how to apply in intern, how to apply in these companies. Starts the very initial step is building resume. So let's say if we have identified 45, 50 companies, how to initiate, how to apply in all these. So very first part which we should have in our hand is resume building. Okay, and resume building, there are very important part, a very important area is it should be one pager resume. So point resume is something which is important area, because once if you are applying into the job, you are not going to the organization, you are not present there in the organization. It's your resume which speaks to the recruiters. So it should convey all the points which you have done till the time of application, and it should convey all the intentions of yours. So very first is it should be crisp, it should be just one pager resume, nothing generic, very specific one pager resume. It should list your academics, what are the important courses which you have done for that particular position. So let's say if I'm applying for Android development programming, Android developer profile, I should have done some Java programming. I should have some experience in Android development also. Let's say if we are going for machine learning, or maybe a position, data scientist position, we must have done machine learning courses. Courses. If you are going as a data analytics position, then we should have an idea of big data. So all these courses, have to be well listed into resume, and you can give 20%. This is a thumb rule where you can give 20% weightage which section to the listing your academics. Moving ahead, very important part is certificate. If you have done some certification courses in a specific skill segment, that has to be mentioned in your resume building. So let's say if you have done some Android development programming or gaming courses, or moving ahead, iOS development courses, web development courses, that has to be mentioned in your resume. And this can carry 30%. You can give 30% of the page of your resume to these sections. Further, very important part, in your curriculum, if there are any projects, or in your college if you have done projects or prior internship, you must mention these things in your resume. This carry great weightage. People prefer asking. So always, all these people who are hiring interns, they give great preferences to the certificate courses which you have done and the projects which you have done. So if you'll be able to, write it and convey the idea clearly, they'll definitely, at least they'll invite you for the interview process, and they would like to understand you and the impact which you have created in more deeper sense. Moving ahead, the very last and very important, the fourth point is mentioning the co-curriculum and extracurriculum activities which you have done it in college. It has also a great, people gives a great importance to it, because this helps people understanding that how easily you will become a part of the team. Because in all these co-curriculum, extracurriculum activity, we do things not at the individual level, but most of the time we involve in team activities, right? So if you will clearly convey different co-curriculum or extracurriculum activities. So let's say if I have organized a workshop, if I have participated in some of the paper presentation, or I have participated in some competition of other college, I should better write whether I've involved in people of four people, team of four people, five people. So all these things will help people that understanding that you have already worked in team, you have already done some projects, you are having certificate courses in, let's say, Android development. So let's example of Android development. So if you have certification in Android development, if you have done a project, if you have a live app on Play Store, moving ahead, if you have worked with a team, you have three checklists, right? So all three you have passing out, so there's a high probability that you will get selected for that, right? So that's why resume is one important part which we should have, not just for internship. So if you'll practice well in your internship period itself, it will this entire skill of resume building will help you further in your job interview processes also. So try doing your resume building right from the first year. This is one question which I ask to everyone, that what is a good time, what is the duration you should give to resume building? And more than 90% people says that 2 to 3 hours is sufficient to build your resume. Where this is where they do a great mistake there. This is one of the blunder most of the people do. think of think resume in a way that this is one tool that can gives you an opportunity of grabbing interview, getting into interview from job application process. This is that ticket of bringing those interview opportunities, right? So this resume, you should make it in the best way. And even if you are giving 3 weeks to 4 weeks in building your resume, that's totally fine. Keep reviewing your resume, keep revising your resume. Any activity which you are doing, which you think is a important part, you should mention it there. If you want, you can make 2 3 versions of resume, and you can apply it in different job profile with a different resume. Fine. This is one of the standard practice which most of the successful people do. And I know, I mean, I myself have developed 3 versions of resumes while I was appearing for internship, and while in job interview processes. So think in that direction, and resume building is one important exercise which you should initiate, right from the beginning of your engineering period, and keep evolving this resume while doing different activities. If you are doing a project, mention it there. If you are doing an internship, mention it there. If you are doing some co-curricular activity, mention it there. If you are, and at the same time, update these things on your LinkedIn profile also. Okay, that is also considered into this. Now, coming on to the very second process, writing mail or cover letter to the organization. So let's say I have listed 40, 45, 50 organization, and I have the point of contact there. So I'll start writing emails to them. And what most of the people do here is they make a general email for everyone, and they shoot it to them either in BCC, or even if they are doing personal, with one email ID, they are writing the same generic thing to all of the people, and that's where their application gets rejected, right? And so what we have to do it here is, very first, we have to write personalized emails. Very second, we have to write clear intentions why we want this internship, why we want this position, why we want to work in the company where we are applying. And if you will write those intention clearly, that grabs attention of the recruiters also, that you have also studied about the company, you have also given a good thought process to the position open there. And if that is communicated to the other side, chances of selection will be exponentially higher. Okay. The very third, strong story should be conveyed over the mail. Okay, and the important part is the very important part is the things which we have written in resume and cover letter. Get ready to justify an interview, because if you will follow the instructions which I have given to you, I'm very sure that you will be getting a chance of giving an interview, and then in that interview you have to justify the projects which you have done, the impact that has created, the certificate courses which you have done. Some of the technical questions can be asked in that, so get ready to justify all those things there. Okay, now the very last part is discover your dream company and start applying there. The entire webinar which we are giving now will be live, so even if you want to refer these videos again, whenever you are getting free time, come here, discuss especially the last slide which we covered on resume building and cover letter. You should keep each and every point in your mind while making the resume and while making the cover letter, and start applying to the dream company in which you want to get in, right? So moving further, okay, moving further, so one of the part we'll take the questions. We'll take the questions from everyone. Have patience. After the webinar we'll be taking the questions. We'll also be taking questions in the comment section even if the webinar will be over. Okay, so very last part is, and very important in how to apply section, is discover your dream company and start applying into that. Application process in some of the companies has started from now itself. Some of the companies it will open in the month of April, March end and April. So, but before that, in this process, if we are not having certificate courses, if we are not having live projects, then it's time to act. Okay, it's time to act, and in this, Eckovation will be there for you, and let's explore how Eckovation will be helpful in this process. So as you all know, Eckovation is there as the biggest platform for engineering students. More than 7 lakh learners are there, and out of that 2,50,000 plus are engineering students. Okay, and that makes us biggest learning platform for engineering students. Now here, a wide offering of Eckovation will be helping you in cracking the internship opportunities. The very first is all the latest engineering updates, even related to the internship opportunities. It will be updated on engineering.eckovation.com. This will be accessible to everyone. So keep following engineering.eckovation.com, bookmark it, and regularly visit engineering.eckovation.com. Very second way of doing this is following engineering forum of Eckovation, and you can follow this forum using Eckovation app, and there's a group code. A specific group code of this is 382195. So be a part of this, even if you are in a first year or in a last year. This is one common group where educators and experts are handling doubts, and they are helping you in all possible ways, right? From the technical questions to questions related to the recruitment, internships, everything you can ask here. So join this group code 382195 on Eckovation app and be the part of it. Okay. The very next is the skilled courses. Here is the part which is absolutely important at this point of time. Here and point is skilled courses. It is there from the basic level to advanced level. As you all know that we are literally breathing a technology here and there, and in that coding is the key part of it. So even if you do not belong to the computer science department, you are most welcome to study it. And that's why we are having the skill courses, right from the basic courses of C, C++, Java, data structure, to important languages like Python, and then skills like Android development, full stack development, MATLAB courses, SolidWorks courses, which belongs to MATLAB, even it is open for MATLAB and SolidWorks is open for electrical, even for mechanical students, civil engineering students. Graphic designing is one generic and very strong genre for all the engineering students. As you all know, that designers are in a huge demand, and you can become here by studying UI UX courses which are offered on Eckovation's platform. For this, you have to go to eckovation.com and have to explore course section of it. Moving ahead, the most advanced courses, once if you are there in second year or in third year, you have to enroll for these courses, because this is going to build your resume, boost your resume like anything. And this involves courses like machine learning, Internet of Things, big data, blockchain, and several others like drones, robotics. All those courses are available on eckovations.com. All are certification courses. And the biggest advantage of these courses are, the very first, learning of key skills. The very second, it will boost your CV like anything. The very third and very important part, becoming Eckovation alumni, you will get mentorship from the top educators, top industry experts. The very second, you will get 100% internship. This we are doing 100% surety on internship part, and will help you in building your resume and will give you job assistance. Okay, this is what we are doing to each and every Eckovation alumni. So come and join the program, whatever program which you like, wherever your interest is. Subscribe the courses, start learning this, because I'll tell you, this is the time to act, because we are in a month of Feb. To acquire key skills, you need 2 or 2.5 months. And if you will, so we are exactly on time. So once if you will complete those skills, there are 4 elements covered in these programs. The very first, concept videos, very second, one-to-one mentorship, very third, assignment, and with each courses, there are live projects. So at the end of these courses, you will be with a one live project. So it will enhance your skill. There'll be in your resume, you can mention certificate courses as well as project. So each course involves project, and you will be able to do those projects also. Fine. So that is the reason why it is very important. The entire initiative of Eckovation is contextualized, seeing the need of Indian engineers, and that is why we are growing like anything, and people are acknowledging at each and every point of it. Okay, so this is one of the key advantages which we are offering to all the engineering students. There are free services also, there are paid services also. So we feel free as part of it. Doing 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 rupees courses is nothing in front of, after doing it, if you will get an internship of 20,000, 30,000, 40,000 rupees per month. So do not look onto this short-term investments. See the advantage which you will get it in long term. Okay. Moving ahead, we'll start Q&A with this great, quote of Steve Jobs, that let's go invent tomorrow rather than worrying about what happened yesterday. So when if you are second year, third year, there is good amount of time where you can do great things and crack superb internship. Okay, so here is enroll in certification program on eckovation.com. There is a referral discount code where you can use my number 9711608586. You will get 20% discount there, and then in return, I'll also get 10% Paytm cash. After subscribing the course, same way, you can share your number to your friend, and that will act as a 20% promo code for them, and you will get 10% promo and 10% discount. So let's start the Q&A part of the webinar, and I'm happy to take questions now. So people have already started asking questions. The very first question is how to join. So to join this, go to eckovation.com, go to the courses section, which is at the top right top, and there you will find list of courses. Go and subscribe it. Muhammad Ahmed is asking where to apply for internship. the graduates and PGs are also eligible for this internship. Absolutely, Mohammed Ahmed, you all are invited for this programs. And once if you will complete the course, Eckovation is having a specific platform, internship.eckovation.com, where there are more than 150 plus organizations who are offering internship. You can be the part of that, and we'll ensure 100% internship in the area of skill you are in the area where you are acquiring the skill. Himanshu Gupta is asking how to get internship in automotive companies. There are great number of companies which are present, Himanshu, in India. You can list down those companies and start applying in that. There are different portals also. Internshala is there. Let's Intern is there. Ecovation self is ensuring a guarantee internship for you if you are doing courses from your Ecovation alumni. So and we all are helping you in getting the interns in your specific domain. So if you're interested, Himanshu, there are a number of platforms where you will get this company's detail. But very important, apart from your interest, please build your competency in automotive companies. And I'm very sure companies like Bosch, companies like Nissan, companies like different automotive companies will be loving to hire you if you'll be having the skills in the domain. Satya is asking, should I start from first year? Yes, absolutely, you should. If you're in first year, this is the best time to start acting on it, and it will give you a great advantage. First year rights, do not wait. You can get into ecovation.com, register the courses. All the courses we are teaching it from scratch. From scratch we are teaching, so you don't really have to worry. Even if you're applying for Android development or let's say machine learning, we are teaching first Python in that from the scratch and then getting into machine learning. So you'll be getting end-to-end knowledge of it. Mukul is asking if I'm an intermediate Python Django developer and if I'll get an internship, could I write my own code and copy some of the code from internet? Mukul, see, so point here, so this is a very important question asked. So, I mean, most of the developer have this question in mind. So, see, Mukul, it depends the use case. What is the use? What is the net outcome expected? Not all companies wants you to write the code from scratch. You need to see the output you want to take it from the entire project. And if it is already there out, you can definitely use why to do the redundant tasks. Okay, so you need to see the outcome you want, and if it is fulfilling the need, definitely you can take help of internet and different platforms which are helping you out. Vikas Goswami is asking what after machine learning. See, after machine learning, there is the whole arena which is there. So data scientist is one big domain where people are recruiting, different companies are recruiting. So you will be having plenty of internship opportunities if you are completing your machine learning program. What is the duration of course and the course's life? Mundit Jan is asking. The duration of courses are, so all these courses are self-paced, and in between 2 to 2.5 months, you will complete not just course but also live projects. So and this is the ideal term. That's why they are saying do not delay any further. Complete your subscription in the program as soon as possible. So Ashish is saying, what about the people who have already graduated or still have backlogs? See, so as I said in the definition of it, the internship itself, this is a position which is for students and for trainee also. So as a trainee also, you can join the company and can get the experience. So it is applicable for graduates and also for the people who are having backlogs. Do not hesitate and apply for these positions. Sahil is asking, machine learning, does it have any future? What are the skills we should have to learn it? Sahil, machine learning is going to be the future, not rightly said. I mean, it is at present we are using machine learning in n number of places, and of course in future its use cases will be increasing like anything. The skills you need is a basic know-how of Python programming or
You can code machine learning in MATLAB and other languages also. We are using Python because it is easy to learn and highly scalable. Most of the industries are using Python. So Sahil, for the courses which we are having, you do not need any. There is no prerequisite. You can enroll into that. We'll first teach you Python programming, which the cost is everything is included in that course. So we'll first teach you Python language, and then machine learning skill will be given to you. Vamsi is asking about thermal power plant internship. There are different, domains in control system, in the entire domain of design system. There are different internships available. So keep explore. What I'll suggest is explore some of the companies who are offering this, and then you will be able to see the different profile which are open in thermal power plants. So it's two questions are so this questions are this is a question which we are continuously getting of providing a specimen for cover letter and for resume also. Guys, we are going to share both on the group code which I have shared with you. Join the group code, and in Eckovation app, a high number of specimen and resumes are shared with all of you. Also, to all the people who have already subscribed to courses, we have already started getting subscriptions. So thank you so much for acting fast and subscribing to the courses. So people who are alumni, you will be getting an additional course of resume building on Eckovation. That will totally be a free complimentary course for you, and in that we'll help you with everything end to end with cover letter. We'll help you in also we'll be giving personalized feedback to you on your resume. Deepak is saying, sorry, before that, engineering well, sir, what about cloud computing course is very soon coming within this week. The course on cloud computing will be launched by industrial experts on Eckovation. I want to be mastermind of coding. So what is proper path for that? Deepak started from scratch. So people who have asked this, we have started a full combo program where we are having 15 courses, and that is especially to make people mastermind of coding. So you can look into the course and can subscribe that. Pradeep is saying, now I am pursuing ECE now. Still, I do not have certification course. Absolutely, Pradeep, you can apply for internship, but before that, please acquire skills. The entire platform of Eckovation is for you. Choose the course and complete the subscription. Very great questions of Kanishka. Can law students also do internship? Of course, they also do, and they do it in their own domain. So please explore the domain, Kanishka, and I'm very sure you will be getting some opportunities there. Prince is saying, is technical company always wants innovative project? Not necessarily, Prince. There are different day-to-day tasks, also operational tasks, and technology team also which is happening. So not all. So innovation has its own different forms. Process innovation is also considered as an innovative project. Somewhere, if you are doing the same project in a better, efficient way, that is also considered as an innovative project. So the different domain of innovation, and also there are specific tasks which has to be completed. For that, also people are and different companies are inviting interns. Is it good for full stack developer to learn? Absolutely, Abhinav. It will add a great value if you will do machine learning after learning full stack development. Mukul is saying, very good question. This is, should I apply for startups or full-fledged company for internship? I would really like to focus on this question. Both the questions, the very first, the startup has its own advantages where you will get, ownership of the project which you will be doing. And that gives a great amount of exposure. The learning will be immense. Whereas the company, full-fledged company has its own advantage where you will get a very systematic way of doing things. The exposure of towards process will be less towards technology, because they don't really expose you to do things and implement it in a very short interval of time. So my preference, if I'll be at your position, I'll always give preferences to startups, because the learning will be immense if you are in this startup. The very next questions are internships available for second year students? Suggest some dream companies for material science and metallurgy. Of course, Sanjay, there are internships available, and you should definitely do after second year. And if you have done courses in material science, design, and metallurgy, explore automotive sectors, explore space. Companies. Also, you can look into the government segments where DRDO is also some of the times offering internships. So you can definitely explore those domains also. If I take a course of machine learning and Eckovation, what type of internships can I expect from that? Rohit, as I said, there are 150 plus companies, and you will be getting great opportunity of working in machine learning domain or as a data scientist. Also, there are different natural language processing projects are also out there on Ecovation's platform. So you'll be getting great, opportunity of working with some of the very creative companies on very creative topics. So it definitely enroll. Machine learning is one of the flagship program of Ecovation, highest selling course on Ecovation. So you can definitely enroll in that and can get best output from that. Outcome of that. Is the internship there for second semester? Of course, for even for people who are studying in second year, second semester, we are having great internships. The only thing is, learn some basic courses like web development, Android development, and you will be getting an internship from our side. Okay. Hopefully, I hope this whole session is fruitful for all of you. There were a lot of questions. I'm still getting. Oh my God! So let's take some more questions. Is there any course for Spark and Hadoop? Big data. So yeah, Anup, subscribe for big data course. It involves Hadoop and the other part also. Any course on, of course, it is there. Sarthak, it is there. Please go on ecovation.com/courses.html. There are courses on ethical hacking also. Vikas is saying, I'm currently pursuing remote internship and I'm on a third year student. Is it okay or I have to do something more? See, keep on doing internships to boost your resume, Vikas, and it will give you a good exposure also. So do not limit yourself to just one internship, and try involving yourself with the company. Remote internship is good, but not very nice. Where because you'll get limited. Exposure. You will not get involved with the team, with the entire ecosystem. So try getting on feet internship with the company. ECE related companies, IoT is going like anything. So Pradeep, there are n number of companies where you can find great creative internship opportunities. Sarthak is saying, is it necessary to learn Python before machine learning? There are different languages in which you can learn machine learning. Python is one of it. Python has other use cases also. So that's why Python is getting big preferences on other languages like MATLAB and R. Okay. Engineering world is asking, sir, what about paid internship? All of you guys remember that most of the internships are paid, so do not hesitate. You will be getting that. Getting internships in Microsoft, Google, Facebook, it is possible. The only thing is you have to build your resume strong, and the cover letter should also be strong. See, open source courses on YouTube, on other Coursera kind of a thing, you will get the knowledge, but implementation is something which is very important, and that's why I'm saying Ecovation is very much contextualized and personalized. So it's not just about learning; it's about practicing it. And Ecovation, we are helping you in learning the course, in implementing in form of assignment, and also ensuring innovation through live project. So all of these elements are there, and that's why this is one of the element where the people are liking it and loving the entire the program. So guys, thank you so much for asking questions, and I'll keep on answering these questions in the learning group of Ecovation also.